And else the brink, and we are one community. Today, we're starting out 3 minutes early, so we're going to fill a little bit of time while people trickle on in. I'm gonna throw out the invitation and start getting people to get going. So, um, first up, what we have today is I'm gonna be going over. I say 20 in the title, but it is actually uh, around 30 games that we'll go over. We'll see. Well, and to be fair, we might not hit every single one, but there is a good chance that we're gonna hit at least half to 20 of them. All to qualify to be on this list is that you have to have come out this year or be coming out this year. Both of those. I might have some runner ups too if we have time to talk about it, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And then on top of that, we will be talking about what games I will be playing and streaming out of these lists. And then I will also be talking about Xbox upping the price on the Xbox subscription. And then we will, if we get to it, we're going to be talking about the pre-order of the Xbox handheld, and then how the Xbox handheld will go against Steam Deck. If we don't have enough time, then that will be pushed off to next week. So, um, let's just give it a little bit more time for people to trickle on in. Uh, and so, yeah, um, the this year for for horror games, I think we have a pretty good lineup. Like stuff that I'm excited for are games like Dying Light the Beast, Chronos, The New Dawn, Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition, and also Little Nightmares 3, Silent Hill F, which or F, I guess. Hey, 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 how's it going, BT Maverick? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All hail Phil Spencer. BT Maverick, we're gonna have some talks about that upping of the price, which also ups the value. It's really funny because there's a lot of people in uprate and like outrage about all that. Lomki, welcome, welcome, welcome. Raichi, hell, Sarah. Do you watch? It just makes me think of so at the end of last podcast on the left, they have their whole mantra that they go over, and they hail something at the end of it usually. Uh, do you guys watch that? It's pretty good. Like I typically watch the Wednesday shows, and then I build up and listen to some of their other stuff. But they're like a true crime slash horror podcast, and you know me, I love my horror. BT Maverick, I just finished Chronos, awesome game, but the ending almost ruined it for me. Ooh, that's rough. I'm excited to try it out though. LoJack, welcome, welcome, welcome. Greetings, Satanic. BT Maverick, lol, I know the community is on fire right now. Yeah. It's controversial, but we'll talk about it. Like it's I don't think it's like the end of the world controversial as some people want to keep on making it that way. So, without further ado, I will start sharing my screen. Don't mind me. Okay, and then Satanic, speaking of the hour, I finally playing the Evil Within 2 and it's fantastic. Oh, oh. Satanic, like I'll compile my top favorite like my favorite top horror games. Evil Within 2 will probably lie within in the top 5. It is so good. I love that game. Um, yeah, it's really fun. Even though I've only beat it 2, maybe 3 times, like, it's for some reason, Dead Space is just what I can go back to and beat it multiple times. Raichi, welcome, welcome, welcome. $30 is still a good value, but for me, it's a good opportunity to drop Game Pass and attack my 2,000 games on PC, Xbox PlayStation, and mobile. That's the thing. That's the teetering point for me, is that the price will teeter me into maybe I'll finish up the games I'm doing and then maybe I'll cancel it, but maybe not. As I do want to try some more stuff this year. I also have a surprise. I might have bought something and I forgot to uh mention it. I don't know if you guys know what this is as I slowly push it up in. And in order to buy this, Costco had a huge bundle. In order to buy this, Susie made me promise to do a couple of video like pieces of content on it. So yeah. Lifted, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? Okay. So yeah, and I'll just throw up your what you said, Rachel, because I don't think it's a bad idea. Okay. So the whole point today is that we are going to be going over a bunch of horror like it's tis the season, right? I like Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Christmas. I had plenty of Christmases I enjoyed. Now that I have kids, it's really fun to treat them to Christmas. But Halloween has always been my season of, I guess, both giving. Actually, I've done probably most of my giveaways in the Halloween season, but also just having the spooky season. It starts to turn, fall's starting to fall in, I guess. Trees are changing. You could end up with one snowstorm, so you start to snuggle in a little bit, and you got to play the hell out of some spooky games. I love it. And one of the funniest things in at least with Susie, my wife, she's been on this channel multiple times. She has come to like horror games a lot more. Has beaten Dead Space, and I mean, I got her Alan Wake 1 and 2 for the PS5, and she's gonna play those. And so, uh, yeah, I got this. Uh, my son talked me into it too. He needed something to play on the I'm not gonna say it. He needs something to play somewhere that I'm not gonna say, Astrobot. And so, honestly, it's really good, device. It's perfect for what I need, because I do play PS5. But I will be doing some content on the PlayStation Portal if you guys aren't paying attention. Um, lifted Fortnite, it does seem decent. Oh, welcome, welcome, Wolf. Welcoming us in with beautiful people. Yes. BT Maverick is on to Silent Hill. It's not F. Like it's is it like the function sign or something like that in like math? I don't know. Or Forte? I don't. It's something like is it musical? Yeah. So 6 hours into it, damn BT Maverick. I still have to play the Silent Hill 2 remake. It's on my list. So Silent Hill the Silent Hill F, which I'll just call it that, might be I might need to wait on that. But we're gonna be the list we're gonna go through is like what I'm most excited for to least excited, and then we're gonna get into some realm of what I just don't know yet. Um, LoJack, the Dookie handheld, the Dookie handheld. This, it's pretty good actually. If you have a PlayStation 5, Lifted is looking to buy a PC, though I'm getting tired of consoles. I go back and forth between the 2. I actually get tired of PC sometimes because I'm always tinkering and doing new content or doing whatever on it. And so like I've rearranged my office and I didn't even do content on it, half of it this year. And so I've been playing a lot of Steam Deck just because it's consistent. And I've kind of don't mess with I don't even have plugins on my current Steam Deck right now, which is kind of funny. I just don't tinker with it because I need something to stay consistent, or else I don't play games. Or else I spend all my free time tinkering, and I got to play some games. So, with that being said, yeah, LoJack, I get it. It is a joke. It was maybe a little too crass, but yeah, probably. What he wants to do. He wants to play Astrobots anywhere he can. He loves that game for some reason, and I was not against getting it because I don't have an Xbox. I'm fine going in with PlayStation because I have like I don't know. I probably have like 50 games between PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. So I have a ton of games there. If it's a first-person shooter, I usually stay away from it on the consoles, and it usually play on the PC. I also have a really big Steam library. It really depends. And honestly, I'm really bad at this, but if I like the game enough, I usually double buy it, partially for multiple reasons that we could get into. But yeah, Lifted. Yeah, I have the Steam Deck, but anti cheat doesn't allow me to play a lot of online games. Yeah, that is the unfortunate part about Steam Deck. We will talk about the Xbox Ally X, and I actually kind of glad I reserved it because it is the pre-orders are sold out until November to December. It is really expensive. I am gonna treat myself. I am probably gonna keep it. Yeah, we'll do a little more talk and then we'll get into this. I also got this in preparation. Guys, NVMe drives have gotten so much cheaper. I'm shocked that I can get 4 terabytes of 2280 NVMe hard drive storage for $200. 4 terabytes. This right here. It is the Gen 4 version, so it has up to 7,000 megabytes a second. I am stoked to slap this into my when I get the Xbox, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm experimenting with it. I'm getting this, and I'm getting an eGPU, most likely the new Razer eGPU that they're coming out with, that or eGPU enclosure, and then I'm going to slap my 3090 in there, and then maybe upgrade into an AMD later this year or next year. And then Susie is going to be using my other computer so that we can play games like Borderlands 4 and stuff like that. So I'm hoping, going this route of this hybrid handheld eGPU, I'm going to see how well it does with game development, because I didn't think that one through too much. But I think it will do decent enough. We'll see, though. If not, I do some game development on my Mac Studio, but it's just needs a little bit more work to make it more performant. Okay, guys, let's see what you guys have been talking about. LoJack, does it steam from your PS5? Yes, it does. So that's the weird thing about this. It has two ways you can play. Oh, it mirrors it so well. You can play, it has a new beta mode for playing from just the cloud. So if you have PlayStation Plus, which I'm paying for right now just to try it out, I also got it partially too because there's a bunch of games coming out. Um, it, sorry, I'm thinking. It allows you to do that, so you don't even have to have a PS5. So if you buy it, that being said, I don't know. You might need a PS5 still to get this and to play but it doesn't stream it from the PlayStation 5. It streams it from the servers. Then I can also stream all my games on my PlayStation 5. That is a little pricey. It's a $200 device for just doing that. At the same time, it's a pretty good experience so far. And it's a lot easier. One of the reasons I don't play my PS5 as much lately is because my kids like to watch TV, and I want to play while they're watching TV. So, um, Raichi, with how slow SteamOS is to fully release, I will maybe install Windows 11 gaming on Steam Deck. It's taking a while, isn't it? Satanic, Steam Deck has kept me from double dipping. I think Astrobot was my last PS5 game that I bought. Satanic, there's well, one, I've gotten a lot because of PlayStation Plus, even though I haven't had PlayStation Plus in a little bit. Between that and a lot of games I've bought in the past that I want to play through, there's a lot of games I actually do want to play through again. I don't really need I don't need to buy a lot of games right now. The resolution is up to 1080 screen, so 1080p, which is fine for it's an 8-inch. So the PlayStation Portal is an 8-inch screen and 1080, which is fine for me. For streaming purposes and all that, like, it works great. You don't want to go much higher. You can, but you don't want to, meaning with other devices and other services. Lifted, pre-ordered the Xbox Ally X as well. I'm hyped. Hey, congrats, man. You can join the club with me. I'm really excited too, for two reasons. One, it's going to be supported very well. I'm a little worried about the 24 gigabytes. I'm going to try to still do my game development on it. It'll be a fun little challenge. It's not like I won't have a computer at to reach out to and play work on my game on. But I think for everything else, and with my eGPU with it, it's going to do everything I really want to gaming wise. A lot of games, I don't need them to be like crazy. Right, I'm past the stage right now, or at least I'm in this phase where I don't need things to be maxed out. So I'm pretty excited to just find a corner of the house to cry in while I play my games that no one will find me in. Uh, Lomkey, there's a lot of anti-cheat games on gaming on Linux. It's just very few games that devs won't support. Yeah. BT Maverick, what's the subscription price for a PlayStation to stream your games from their servers to play PS3 games you can't play natively on PS5? That's a good question. I paid $50 for a 3-month subscription, so I think it was like somewhere between $15 and $17 a month. I paid for like 3 months. I've done this before. I go back and forth on doing it. $160 Sirius Satanic. I will say that between the two, I don't know which one's a better deal, but I do like how, I don't know if they still do it, but like when you pay for PlayStation Plus, you get a game that month, and as long as you claim it and you quit the service, you still get to own it, which is not bad. Lifted. Yeah. Well, they're two very different services. Okay, let's get into some games, and then we'll get into talking about the Xbox handheld and some other stuff along with that. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so
you're watching Casterwood's Public Access Television. 5, 7, 9, and 11.
We're going to do this. We're going to be watching trailers.
Hey there, folks. Over the Beaver's the name. Looking for your next great adventure? Had enough of the city's craziness, huh? Well, Bover says Castor Woods is the place for you. Get ready for the vacation of a lifetime. First, the views. Oh boy, do we
To be
have
fair,
views.
that's a pretty good
The
cutscene.
region is stunning, diverse, and vast. And beyond the trails, folks, every corner here has a story to tell. That's for sure. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, another vacation spot? What's the deal, Bover? Well, let me tell you, Castor Woods has a certain charm. Our weather's got character, but rain or shine, the views are just incredible. Big vistas, tiny details, you'll love it all. We offer a chance to reconnect
So can you
with
hear me very well
pristine
over this?
nature.
Because I'll
Or
be talking over
diverse
some of these
local
things.
wildlife. And in our charming town, everyone knows everyone. There's so much to discover. Hidden paths, local food, and the quiet whispers of the forest. As for the accommodation, stay in one of our charming historic cabins. Perfect for couples, families, and lone wanderers.
So just to give a little bit of context on this, it's
But the
you
best
return
part
to the
of
zombie
Castor
infested
Woods?
world in a
The
darker,
people.
tighter package.
Friendly
Liz,
faces,
Kyle,
warm welcomes.
freshly escaped from a horrific experience.
Here,
Now,
you're
part
not
man,
just a
part
visitor.
beast. You
You're
juggle
part of the
survival,
family.
parkour, traversal, limited combat, and a twist.
So, what
twisted
are you
inner
waiting
struggle
for?
between
Your
your
dream
human
vacation
and monster
is
side.
just
The
a
design is
click
more
away.
focused than
Visit
past
Castor Woods
entries.
today.
Fewer below enemy elements, stronger
Sure
pacing,
lies.
and every side mission feels meaningful.
You're
Technically,
watching
it's
Casterwood's
beefy
Public
ray
Access
tracing
Television.
DLSS 4 and enhancements for modern
You
GPUs
want
push the visuals
to
while
hike and
letting you
play.
tear through hordes in style, and I've heard it actually plays pretty decent
Grab your
uh,
boots, you pack your snack. Just
comparatively to
don't
other
forget to watch
games
your back.
in this realm. And so
Coming up next, the greatest
or
gameplay trailer yet.
other Dying
Change
Light
the
2
channel.
is. So Dying Light 2 was a disappointment for me. I never finished it. It got very repetitive and boring. And one of these days, maybe I will, especially since if I get the Xbox. Here's the problem: the Steam Deck. I wanted to use it to complete some of my older some of the games I picked up and then just put down, and I want to be able to pick it up whenever I can to finish some games. Dying Light 2 just didn't play well enough. My hope is with the Xbox handheld, the Xbox Ally X, that it will be doing a much better job. So, while we're watching this, let me know what you guys think of this. Are you going to be getting is this interesting to you? Dying Light the Beast came out actually quite a bit a couple weeks ago. I'm shocked. It's kind of like a silent drop, and I got it for free because I think it came as a DLC as a part of the Dying Light 2. So I didn't buy it. But I'm super excited for it. So I am I really, it's supposed to be very similar to Dying Light 1, which is good. LoJack, I need a new game. They effed up 7 Days to Die. Wait. Oh, yeah, they 7. Can't you go back, LoJack, and go back to a previous version? I also think there's some mods that help fix some of that. Satanic put about 12 hours in the beast, but got consumed by Red Dead Undead Nightmare, and now Evil Within 2. Oh, Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare is so good.
For 13 years, he tortured me. He's gonna pay for what he made me
Dying
become.
Light. Honestly, I think the Dying Light people do a pretty good job
Kyle
with the game. I don't know what engine they use.
And
I
finally,
think it's Unreal, but it could be
I'm
Unity,
out.
actually. Yeah, but it is. So there's Dying Light. This is the one I'm most excited for, and I'm going to be playing. I'm debating whether I'm going to be streaming this or just playing it. But because these games that have a lot of wandering aren't very fun to stream. They have a lot of a lot of emptiness to it. I don't like dealing with that. But
they thought they could control me. Now I will tear them apart, one by one.
Now, Chronos is one that I think it says very positive, but the reviews are very it's getting 7s. But the thing is, I like B-rated games, horror games too. I'm very much even horror movies. I am not always there for the best experience. I will play those, don't get me wrong, and I think there's a lot of really good ones that are really good experiences. I am also there just for the hell of it and for the fun and see, because usually even with B-rated stuff, you get very interesting mechanics or little changes here and there. Satanic, I didn't like Undead Nightmare as much as I thought. I love the base game. That's a hard one because when I played the Undead Nightmare, it was when the game first released 10 years ago, probably. There was not a whole lot of horror games at that time, or zombie games in that manner. And so me playing this in a game I just got done beating with Red Dead, in a very fun cowboy-esque game, it was perfect. I could definitely see it not being quite as. I haven't gone back to play it because there's other games that are, I think, a little bit more enticing. Lifted. Most of the games I play are roguelike games. Okay, nice. What are your favorite games then with that? Techland uses their own in-house engine. That's right, Satanic. They use the I think it's just the Techland engine, isn't it? Or something like Tech Engine or something like that. No, you're correct. I have even talked about that, which is crazy. You'll like Chronos. It's in my top 5 games I've played this year, and I'm at 53 games beat. Damn, BT Maverick. That's impressive. A little bit of flex on us. Okay, Chronos is definitely one that came out about a month ago. I have been very excited for this one because it looks so different. It looks like Dead Space meets Resident Evil in some aspects. Or maybe even Fallout. Look at that. That looks like Fallout. With this, though, I could definitely, when I was watching the trailers, to begin with, it felt a little too one-note-ish at times, where you gotta have, I I don't know what it is. Like the color palette has got to pop a little bit more at times, and it gets mired in its own design a little too much.
Efficiency discipline is recommended.
LoJack is really excited for Kingmakers. Ooh, Kingmakers does look interesting. I'm with you on that. Reishi, I got myself a new TV. It's a 65-inch TCL. A huge upgrade to my old 65-inch RCA. Nice.
The rotation must go on.
We'll probably get a new TV in the next year or two, but I
need to do my part.
Getting the Xbox handheld has really made me not want to buy much this year.
Still works.
I will say that. Because I want to honestly either get a new bike or get a snowboard so I can touch grass better. Okay, so Chronos. This excuse me. This one's a wild sci-fi horror mashup. You're a traveler in a bleak future tasked with jumping back in time to 1980s Poland via rifts, which sounds awesome. I love that type of stuff. Let's see if this continues to the next one, and we'll continue our little description. Salvaging humanity's remnants, all while stopping monstrous creatures from merging into unstoppable abominations. The world, in contrast of Eastern European brutalism and retro-futuristic tech, expect grim settings, heavy atmosphere, and horror that punches you in the gut. Combat is dynamic. Enemies can merge, evolve mid-fight, and shift behavior on you. Every encounter can feel unpredictable, so adaptability is key. And the sad part, I think, about like horror games and this type of stuff is that I find this stuff fascinating. I don't think there's as big of a group of people that care to play horror games or appreciate even like Bloober Team is good. I really like their stuff. But I don't think it got, because it got like mediocre reviews, which, you know, especially when it comes to horror games, I don't fully trust. But it does look good though. The settings matter though, and the setting for this, this makes me think of a different game, a time travel game. There's something for me, like this is psychological or horror in a sense, akin to maybe a little bit of Evil Within, which Dead Space for me is like, I love sci-fi, I love space. Nothing is creepier than being stuck stranded in space on a ship full of everything that's going to kill you. This might be a close second, because psychological horrors are crazy. Reishi, I'm so Reishi's happy because he's really wanted to try the Dolby Vision and the black level of mini LED. Ooh, nice. Yeah, there's I can't decide on what, if I want to get like an OLED eventually, but yeah. Yeah, so this is definitely like Chronos. I don't own actually right now. I do plan on getting Chronos. So this is definitely what, like, this is a must buy for me this year. I'll be buying Chronos. I already have Dying Light. Now this next game, there's two of them. And in fact, I'm going to do it like this. Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition. So they're enhancing the original one, which now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I'm going to go back and play the original. I think I remember it well enough. I have so many other games I have to get ahead of. And I really am feeling like this is the season for me to play games. Wolf, LoJack, anyone else here that likes to play horror games? What are your games that you're kind of excited for? I'm kind of curious. Satanic, I still have the LG my kids took over the living room. Damn. Yeah, that's kind of how my life is too. Lifted, Soulstone, Survivors, Blaze Effect, Vampire Survivors, Vampire Hunters, Nimrod's Astral Ascent. There's so many I play. Jeez, that is a lot. Okay, let's get into, so Little Nightmares 3. obviously is, I think, a continuation of Little Nightmares 2. If I'm not mistaken, it is. I just can't remember how I'd have to go back and see how the continuation works again. Yeah, it's a very morbid world that they live in. That has a lot of symbolism between the worlds that we live in now and kids, adults, and all that stuff. It is really fun though. So they're very atmospheric, creepy, cute horror, puzzle, platforming experiences where environment and tension matter more than jump scares. You traverse warped, twisted worlds full of oversized, grotesque enemies and unsettling set pieces. With this third one, it's the core DNA of the Little Nightmares series, and it continues the stylistic horror whimsy. Yeah, so it's going to continue doing all it. Like, it was interesting, like between 1 and 2, it wasn't very different. But it was a good evolution of the game series. This, I think, is going to be similar. I'm not going to be sad if it's very similar, but it is. I am a little sad of the price though, because I think the price. Oh, well, okay, it's going to be $40. I was looking at the $60 one. I wasn't quite. Yeah. $60 might be a little much for me. I'd be shocked if this does not play well on the Steam Deck when it comes out. The first two, I think I played the second one on Steam Deck, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty good, really good handheld style of games. I really like playing them on the go though. Lifted is excited for the Halloween game. Put a lot of hours to Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th was a pretty fun one. Halloween actually looks a little better for me personally. I don't know why. That comes out in a year, right? In September 2026. Haven. Oh, let's look at Haven. Satanic. In my Steam cart, I have Cold Fear and Alone in the Dark sitting. Alone in the Dark. I still need to get back to playing that. Here's Haven.
All right. Let's talk about it. Fine.
Okay. I'll give it a try. I'm gonna place it on over somewhere else though. Okay, but it's not horror. Let's see here. Not that it, we're gonna get on to the next item. This is one that I've actually heard really good things, but I think it's still mixed on the review. The review portion of the world.
Enough already! Hinako, your father. Stop sugarcoating it! So cut the crap and apologize!
So, this one reminds me of a little bit of Resident Evil 7. A little bit with like a crazy family, but it's Silent Hill, so it's going to up that crazy factor, right?
I do quite envy her.
So,
though. I can't believe it was her. I have to say, I'm rather jealous. Why her?
It's set in a fog-drenched town. Hinako's hometown is engulfed in fog. This game leans into psychological horror, puzzles,
For
and
today
grotesque
only.
monsters. You'll
This
be
will be
solving
our little secret.
eerie puzzles and unraveling mysteries in an oppressive, uncanny world
If it
where
happens
nothing is
to remain
quite as
alive,
it
even
seems.
after
Initial sales are strong.
As your
It sold over
sister,
1 million
I'll kill
copies
you
in just
if I
4 days,
must.
so clearly it's
For
hitting the
his
right
as well.
fans. It has a Silent Hill name attached to it. Its biggest issue is that I think it has decent sales, but I don't know if that's amazing. Like, I don't know. This is it's a Konami. They have different standards as opposed to like other games companies, especially American or Chinese ones where it has to make a profit or else you just get canned. Speaking of, did you hear EA's getting bought?
Every part.
It's gonna get washed. It's crazy.
I didn't really like my mother either.
seems like pure horror. Unreal Engine, I heard it's pretty good. That's what I've heard. LoJack hasn't really played anything in a year. Have working line working, German Shepherd puppy. No time for games. Well, Richie, you got to change that soon. We have a couple of games you got to play on the server, and on top of that, it never hurts to pick up a game every once in a while to just relax. That's one thing in the past. My anxiety rose so much I couldn't play games, and what helped chill me out is that I forced myself to, and I'm finding a lot of fun in it.
You saved my life.
I was doing too much of the channel, and albeit I have slacked really heavily on this channel,
I shall save your soul.
I still like doing it. But
by claiming the life of your
I want to do, and this, it was just too much. Okay, Rachie, the Saudi princes are about to release Underground 3. A part of me is like, I don't think I'd boycott it, Dead Space. So if they came out with more Dead Space, okay, but at the end of the day, also, like, it is not just a Saudi prince. A certain Trump in-law actually is in charge of, I believe, the acquisition. So nepotism for the win. This game right here, guys, is supposedly finally coming out in 20 days. I don't know if I believe it. This is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This is the continuation of a game that came out, I believe, 20 years ago, maybe even, no, it's been around 20 years, maybe a little longer than 20 years. Rachel, why boycott EA? We don't need it. We can talk about that later. It's not the biggest deal. Well, we know why Trump fired Lena Khan. Yeah, we don't need to talk about. It's a whole other thing that you can watch off the console. I'll probably talk about. EA itself, like all these big companies, you don't have to boycott them per se, but like, I don't want to give them money if I don't have to, unless it has unless there's an IP that I really like, right? So whatever. We can talk about that later. But Bloodlines, have you guys ever played the Bloodlines? It is very, very old. I have not. I've actually played a little bit of the original, but I didn't get to play it much.
So weary is the wanderer. The treads on the fertile soil.
I am really worried that this is really worried about it, guys. So, just to give a little bit of context, sink your fangs into this upcoming modern gothic RPG. You'll roam a supernatural version of Seattle on the fire. I've lived in Seattle. I love Seattle. That's a great little listen addition, I think. I like playing games in the cities that I've lived in. Seattle on a brink of open war between vampire factions. Expect visceral vampire action, blood rituals, night stalking, political intrigue. Politics in my vampire game. That's what
fire can you
become. Mixed with deep role-playing choices,
body.
faction tension.
Detective, is there something you need? How's the case? Hot leads, cold bodies, reheated plots.
It was supposed to release, I think, like 4 years ago.
Oh my, you.
I think they've been working on this for like 8 years. Maybe longer. You can even see graphically. I think when it was first announced like 4 years ago, it was pretty decent. Now it feels a little.
You are not the
I
only
wouldn't say
one
bad
who has
because
had
honestly,
strange
I think it looks good. I just don't
See a
know.
garden, and I have met someone.
I don't know if parts of it feel
that
like
would mean-
they've aged well. I mean, that looks good.
Who is he?
But you watch other parts. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'm really hoping that they have like a remaster of the first one
You hear my fire.
sometime soon, so I can also play that.
My fire.
Ugh. Okay, sorry guys. Uh, Bloodlines is I thought it was never coming. Yeah, it's coming out. Bloodlines is coming out, Rachie. Thanks, Satanic. I really enjoyed the Blood Hunt Battle Royale game. It controlled really well. I actually, yeah, I did play it a little bit. It was pretty good. I was gonna say, I don't think I remember playing it, but I do. The problem was, here's the problem. You and I do this is my problem all the time too. Sometimes I put too many irons in the fire, which is essentially a saying for doing too many projects at once. Which, you know me, I have a video game working on. I'm working on Games Reload website. I'm working on some other stuff, and I also have a full-time job, and I'm trying to work on stuff out here, and it's really hard to like do all the stuff, especially when I get in the mood to do one thing. That's what I want to do. I hyper focus, and it sucks. It is what it is, though. Rachie, after Baldur's Gate 3 and Cyberpunk, I'm not that excited for Bloodline anymore. Lost the hype. Interesting. Why is that? Why do those two games ruin the hype for this? Me, I'm excited for an open world vampire game set in Seattle. I think it'll be fun. I partially have not been very excited for it up until recently when I started getting back, like looking into it again. Now I'm like, okay, cool. I do want to play the first one, and it does not hold up very well. It is one of the first games to come out with the Half-Life 2 engine. Funny enough, but the original, that is, and has some very rough edges to it. But it's definitely one that's on my list of. We'll see if I get to it, because there's a lot of games I want to finish this season. This next one's Killing Floor 3, which you can see right here. Mostly negative, mixed. It is not looking good. That being said, I think they could have stopped at Killing Floor 2. I think it's very arcadey and very ridiculous, which is fine. It's just, maybe this one could be fun. I'm looking at it. It looks very B level, which, hey, I'm down for, like I said in the beginning of all this, I'm down for B level stuff. It is co-op. I wonder, I mean, it's always co-op, but I wonder if Susie would play this with me. Oh well, let's talk about this for a second. So Killing Floor 3 is a co-op first-person shooter where hordes of monsters come at you in waves. You and your team, Nightfall, are fighting for the future of humanity. It's got the classic Killing Floor DNA, brute force combat, teamwork, waves, upgrades, but with modern polish. Reception has been mixed. Some praise its concept and scale. Others criticize missing features like text chat or performance issues. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll tell you one thing. I don't care about performance issues as much as I care about how fun the game is. And chat, I don't want text chat. I'll say that right now. I don't care about it. When audio doesn't work, sure, but I am not playing this with randos online. If I play this, it's going to be playing by myself or with like people that I talk to on Discord. This looks fun. This actually looks fun. Maybe this is something we should pull up and play on Discord or on the server from Discord. Satanic played a good bit of the original Masquerade, but I remember having to use console commands to clip and proceed in some areas. I probably need to lock the frame if I go back. Oh, it was definitely a buggy mess. It was definitely had issues. It was one of those games, like old school games, where you kind of had to fix it to get it. Rachie, because they took too long, delay over delays, just tiring, and my backlog grew a lot. Rachie, I understand. It really, for me, my backlog consists of games ordered in like my interest of them. Obviously, sci-fi and horror are usually ranked at the top, followed by anything that has a good story. Literally, I will play almost anything that has a good story. Or It doesn't even have to be a good story. I've consumed so many stories. A unique story, it was also very intriguing to me. Or if it has a fun progression system, like I've been playing, what is it? Rock Galactic Survivor. What is that one called? It's the new Deep Rock Galactic game that's Vampire Survivor and it is really good, and it has like a progression system that I really like in it. So Killing Floor 3, is it one that I would buy for $30? That's not horrible. But I think the first two weren't like the most expensive either. Um I will probably wait a year to get this. Or if I do get it, it will be in the damn. Let's see. You can get you can get two. I thought I already had two. Pretty sure I already have two. Two is $2.99. Damn. Oh wow. Okay. When did this come out? 2016. So it's almost been 10 years. Okay. I felt like they were releasing 3 really soon. I'm very wrong. I think it will do well. They'll fix it. I think people will end up liking it. I mean, look at this. They already have like 7,000 reviews, which is good. Lone Key, they updated Deep Rock. They've updated Deep Rock Galactic multiple times, but now they have a new game that you can get that is a Vampire Survivor version. That's like a top-down. It's really fun. It now has a gear system. That's interesting, Lone Key. I do like Deep Rock. I haven't played it in a while, the original. I'll have to play it again. But yeah. Lifted Killing Floor 2. I could never get into Killing Floor 1 and 2. I was a Back for Blood, and I know a lot of people don't like it. I really like Back for Blood. I like the progression system in there for the most part. For the most part, I think it could have been done a little better. I think people poo-pooed on it a little too early on. Plus, it was a little flat in its characters and world design. Because it's for the most part the same team as Left 4 Dead, without that Valve wrapper attached to it, and Valve does really good with the atmospheres, and it's a huge part of it. And it's the stupidest thing how our brains work, but the color palettes, just making things a little bit more of a yellow hint, which I think Killing Floor actually does okay. You can see some more of the yellow hue to things, and that can help a lot. Lone Key, it's the Survivor I'm talking about. Oh, okay. When did they change it? I don't know, because it just came out like a couple weeks ago, and I've been playing it for like the past week and a half. I don't feel like it changed much. Great Sheet, Back 4 Blood is good, but you need people to be fun. Oh, 100, yeah, 100%. I agree with you. It needs people to be fun. Now, let's get into this next item. Now we're getting into the weird stuff to where I'm like, should I pull a Markiplier and play these like short games for fun? Or should I find even more weird short games? Because I actually don't mind doing that. This is one of those. So Caroline Walker returns in the sequel to the award-winning survival horror, which I haven't played the first one. I don't think I have. So I might be looking into Tormented Souls 1. Explore decaying remains of the secluded Villa Hess. Use improvised weapons to confront terrifying creatures and bend the fabric of reality. Save your sister from twisted cult. Yeah, we'll watch the original here in a second. But yeah, this is definitely it is Resident Evil. What is it called? It's the stationary camera Resident Evil style. Yeah, I'd be down to play that on a handheld, especially. I forgot about this. Lone Key. Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of is the update, and that's when I bought it. Okay. Richie, Helldivers 2 is just the ultimate 4-player co-op it's hard for me to play others. Raichi, I 100% agree with you. Helldivers 2 is so good. I really do like it. But there is just something about zombies for me. Now, if Helldivers 2, they threw a zombie race into there, perfect. Lomkey, short games make a good stream game. Oh, Lomkey's asking, oh, you're asking a question. I'm assuming short games make a good stream game. Yes, Lomkey, they do. For me, at least. My attention span, especially when I'm streaming, is not very high. That's why I haven't streamed because I'd stream games. I really like chat. I actually will be looking into doing that more because it's unorganized content. When I have to start to organize content and get onto stuff like on Games Revealed, it gets a little daunting for me even still, which is stupid, but it's the world I live in. Where streaming a game, if I can do it in the right way, is really fun. But if I have very long little sections, which I played multiple games where I got bored, I think stream got bored, and yeah, short games, short and sweet, that are just different or weird. I like things that are like Sucker for Love. I think I'll be playing that and streaming that this Halloween season too. So, Raichi, the squids are kind of zombies. You're not. You got the Terminators, you've got the Zerg, and then you've got Protoss. I don't know, squids. It is very interesting. So yeah, Tormented Souls 2 is definitely on my list. The problem lying within, I haven't played the first one, and so first one's $4. And it's Steam Deck verified. Damn. So that means most likely this one is too. Looks like it uses the same engine. Yep. It is like it is very yeah, right here. Classic survival horror is back, inspired by the original Resident Evil and Alone in the Dark series. Tormented Souls modernizes with a fresh twist on the fixed perspective adventure as Caroline Walker investigates the mysterious disappearance of twin girls in a terrifying mansion turned hospital. It sounds really fun. I'm excited to try this out. At the same time, and certain people that I've had on podcasts in the past are definitely going to disagree with me on this. I am not the biggest fan of fixed perspective adventures. I think they're not as good. I have a hard time going back and playing them. That being said, something like this would be intriguing. And if it's on the Steam Deck, something I can pull up while I'm sitting down, all the more. Okay. So there's this. Now let's get on to the next one. Chrysal Theater of Idols. The game isn't quite coming out, but the demo's coming out. So I kind of got this one mixed up a little bit. But the demo is coming out. Let's see. Or maybe it is coming. I don't know. I have it in here that it's coming out this year, but I don't think there's a date. It just says coming soon. So, yeah. It's got that Clockworks Absorb. It feels Resident Evil-esque with with clockwork demons. Damn, that is fucking creepy. It makes me think of Devil May Cry 1 especially, because there are puppets a lot in that game, Devil May Cry 1, which is honestly a phenomenal game, especially back in the day. Chrysal Theater of Idols is the first-person horror action game set in Hispania, a twisted version of Spain. Play as Gabriel, a soldier who uses blood as both weapon and lifeline. Explore the cursed island of Tormentosa, uncover dark secrets, and battle horrifying enemies. Will you survive? It is interesting how they're taking different takes on where these are like twisting and modifying what a place is to what they want it to be. It looks fun. Honestly, it looks really fun. I'd definitely play this. And I like the idea of harvesting blood to modify weapons and to improve weapons and stuff like that. I think that sounds awesome. So many Loki used to hunt bugs all the time in a dungeon crawler. Raichi, the squids are kind of the Reapers from Mass Effect. They kind of are actually, which I'm down for that. Satanic, Cultic Chapter 2 came out also. I really liked the first part. Ooh. Let's look at that. Ah, yes. I thought I had this. I don't have this on my list. I thought I had it, though. Because I did look at it earlier. Let's go back. I want to see Cultic. So the Chapter 2 is a DLC. So Cultic Chapter 1. Death is only the beginning. Crawl from your grave and gear up to fight your way through the ranks of a mysterious and twisted cult. You, your guns, and your dynamite will have to shoot, slide, blast, duck, dodge, and maybe throw a... I was going to say like a jab, but like a jib or two to survive in this old school inspired shooter. What's a jib? I know what a jab is. Satanic, yeah, no problem. Yeah, the Crystal or Chrysal or Crystal or whatever, however it's pronounced, does look interesting. Glad you wish listed it. I'm definitely going to be. I think I already wish listed it too because I went through and researched all these. Lomkey, I would hunt zombies, but their loot drop sucked. That's the hard part about games where they focus so heavily on drops of loot. Borderlands 2 or 3 really sucked. Its loot game was so bad. Here's the next one, guys. Blood Refreshed Supply. This one's going to be coming out on December 4th, but it was Doom. It's a Doom-like game, and it looked like it could be an interesting, fun ride. But we'll see. Things are about to get bloody. Soak up 42 pulse pounding levels, dripping with Lovecraftian atmosphere, which you know me, Lovecraftian. I'm a big fan of Lovecraftian stuff. Atmosphere as you battle your way through the armies of the sycophantic cultists, zombies, gargoyles, hellhounds, and other insatiable horrors in your quest to defeat the loathsome Technobog. I don't know how to freaking say that. It's definitely a game where, let's see how much this is. 25. I have a hard time like on these types of games. It looks fun. It looks like it'd be a really fun, like arcadey shooter to play on my Steam Deck. Honestly, my problem with this is that it feels like I would pay $10 for it. Not to knock the developers or anything. Oh, this is published by Warner Brothers. Interesting. That is not giving me a whole lot of hope, but it definitely looks interesting. What engine is Cultic made in? Seems like Godot. It could be Godot, but it's sounding like Unity. Cultic plays more like Resident Evil 4 than Doom. I was really surprised. Yeah. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I like to hear that. Like I said, this is definitely one I have my eyes on. We'll see. For the price, though, it probably, me personally, would not get it right away. I'd probably be getting this on sale. And it's more or less it's because I do play these types of games. I just don't value them as much as my other games. So I have other games higher on my list. This one's a weird one. It's called Labyrinth of the Demon King. And adventure through the labyrinth of Demon King, solving puzzles and fighting fearsome monsters in an epic quest to track down the demon who betrayed your lord and end its life. This came out on May 13th. I don't know if I brought this up on stream before, but it is very interesting. It feels like old school Silent Hill. So we saw like a Resident Evil-esque game. This one feels like a first-person Silent Hill. I believe it's first-person, yeah. Silent Hill, where it's got that fog to it. It's but then it's also got that PlayStation level graphics. Obviously not a demake because it's it's its own original game. This though definitely looks a little bit more intriguing than the Blood Refresh Supply. And it is on my list. I think people like it. It is playable. Let's see why. Some in-game text is small and may be difficult to read. I'm usually fine with that. Usually that's not what bothers me. Oops. So I actually really dig how detailed they were able to get with the graphics on this and the fog and everything. It's a lot slower and tactical long-range combat. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Damn. Let's see here. So I'm definitely going to put it into like, it's a dungeon crawler, survival horror. It's a dungeon crawler. Interesting. Definitely going to put this into my list. It's $14.99. See, okay. It is 25% off, but this is like $19, $15. This is a very, I like this price range for this type of game, for this indie. Okay, let's get into another one that's released recently. And this one is called It Has My Face. It's fairly new. It came out only like a week ago. It's got 171 reviews. It's another indie game where it's I didn't know if I should have put it in here or not, but I figured let's do it. I actually really like the cover art for this. I think the cover art looks really good. This looks like Minecraft, but yeah. It looks interesting. This is an early access since $8.99, which to be fair, not bad. Lone Key, a lot of detail takes a lot of time without killing the FPS. A lot of devs pull it off when they take their time. It has your face. I don't see it. Maybe. What did you guys think of the thumbnail? So I made a thumbnail with AI because I'm not an artist for this video, and I wanted to make it make me look super creepy in it. Did I succeed? Oh, Lone Key, making fun of me. This is another one of those ones where the artwork attracts me more than the game itself, but the game itself actually does have some interesting aspects to it. Yeah. PC Gamer, it's a blend of Guess Who's the Hitman, and it's a demo, is one of the best I've played in ages. It's an ingenious concept. So this is an early access, by the way, also. Wait, yeah, it's an early access. And there's also a demo you can play, which is also a huge plus. I like seeing game demos coming out. So it's one that I will probably play, but we'll see. Lomkey, your AI now has your face. No way to delete it. Dude, they had my face a long time ago. Not even because I use AI, but because AI, it just copies everything. Like Meta, Facebook, they trained their stuff, a lot of it, on just stolen literally ebooks from like a torrent site. So roguelike slot machine. I had to throw this one in here because it showed up in the horror aspect of it, and I'm just like, it's a horror slot machine, which I don't know how scary it actually is. And a part of me is a little intrigued, even though I really don't care for gambling or for slot machines, guys. Raichi thinks he's going to be playing Other Side. We'll look that up here in a second. This one This would be fun on my phone, I'll be honest. I don't think I'd play it on my Steam Deck. This would be for like last resort of I need to play a game on my phone so I don't get on social media. I'd play this. It doesn't look bad actually, the more I look at it. But I'm not the biggest slot machine person. It looks interesting though. The more we watched it, definitely looked interesting. It's a roguelite slot machine nightmare, gamble for your life, and then never-ending debt simulator, which, you know, that's just life period anyways, right? Let's look at this other side. Oh, this came out like 5 years ago. Damn. Ah, this one's on sale too. Nice. As humanity's last hope, lead your army to combat in an intricate dance of spectacular actions and counters using an original dynamic timeline system and face fearsome bosses in epic battles. Okay. It's another one I'll save and look at a little later. Nice. Okay, guys. I have so many more. But I'm starting to run out of steam. Let's see here. Lomke, even the CEO of Meta tapes his laptop cam all the time. I mean, once they have your camera once, or like, you know, to a certain point, it doesn't matter. They have it. Sorry. It's funny that he tapes his because he's probably doing evil shit. I mean, or, you know, they don't they don't want someone to capture him powering down because he's an android. Lumkey, oh look at the game called Buckshot. So Buckshot, it does remind me of Buckshot Roulette. So I have played this, really did like it. It was really fun. I really do like this. It's actually gifted by the community. I don't remember who gifted this to me. I think they did. It is right now $1.79, and this game is worth it. This game is fun. Very simple. It's got that forced retro style look to it, which is always kind of funny because you can look at it, but I'm like, it has a filter on it. That's why they're able to make it look the way it is, but it's a filter. It's fun though. It is very fun. This is my type of game. If I'm going to be gambling, I guess I'm going to be playing this. Oh wait, what did I haven't gone to going crazy now, guys. No, I'm not human. Oh, hey, it's my life. Warning, stay inside, lock your doors, close the blinds, only let humans in, eliminate all visitors, and anxiety horror about paranoia in the end of times, which does sound freaky. I like the uncanniness of this right here, where you saw that figure go in front of the camera. It feels so uncanny compared to other games that have come out. Will I be able to let me in? It's hell outside. Dude. Ooh. I actually am. This reminds me of some games I used to play as a kid. Not the horror aspect, obviously, but like the style is definitely like, I don't know, we have a renaissance of like what people want. They want old school games again. Oh god damn. It's like, what's the Wario game that has all the mini games in it? The Wario, what is it called? It's like the Wario game, but for horror. It looks like a bunch of mini games in it. I'm gonna put this in my top like 10, maybe even top 5 games for the season that I might actually go and play this. Came out 15 days ago, and it honestly looks pretty good. For $15, I'd pay that. I like it. It's very unique and creepy. You play as a man that people call the hermit who had a poor relationship with his family. This game is about letting the right people in. Get it? It's short, simple game, and it's fun to play. The only really negative thing I can say is that some of the achievements and endings are basically locked behind the will of random chance. It's not necessarily hard to get them, but I can see where that would be annoying for players who care about that kind. Yeah, it depends on how long. If it's like a 2-hour game and I can complete everything in 2 hours, awesome. But I'll say right now, guys, I actually really like this game. I don't know what it is, but it looks fun. Here's one. This one's very weird. It just came out yesterday. I didn't even know it was really on, like, it was going to come out, but Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition. Don't know if this is based off an original game. I don't follow the Alien. I really like the Alien movies, and I like some of the Alien games, but is this a VR? What is this? Let's see here. It's basically obvious this is a VR game ported to flat screen. Finish the game on normal in 3.5 hours. It's only half a game, also leaving you hanging with, oh, damn. For $30. Okay, guys. I like short games and games that you don't need to spend your whole life on, but $30 for 3.5 hours. I don't know, man. It looks fun. I'll be honest, though. I'm kind of hoping it goes on sale a little bit. We'll see. Because it looks like it'd be fun. I'd love a first-person shooter and finally get some revenge from the Alien survival game where you didn't get a gun. I can't remember what it's called. This one looks pretty fun. Oh, I seen Steam Deck YouTube playing that Alien game. Oh, you have? Is it? Oh, there you go. It's compatible. See, it has like, I don't know. That reminds me of Dead Space 3 a lot, which is stupid, but my brain. I bet you I could get a key of this one so I don't have to pay for it. $30 to finish the game. That's the thing. This would probably be a good game to stream because it's 3 hours. I know I could finish it in like 1 or 2 streaming sessions. But yeah. To make it so that we can get to the next topics, I'm just gonna list off a couple more games we didn't get to. Dead Zone Rogue, Who's at the Door, Ludo, Pigface, which, okay, we gotta see Pigface. Definitely the Alien one's on my list to play, probably the stream. Pigface, you wake up with an explosive headache in a pool of your own blood. Your exit, a terrible woman whose awful past, this guy hates women, has finally caught, women whose awful past has finally caught up to her. Fulfill contracts for people who drilled into your skull, guns blazing, slow and tactics. It doesn't matter. They know you'll do whatever it takes. This one came out 15 days ago, essentially. This is like a kind of a, I think, a reverse Suicide Squad, where they put explosives in the head, and if you disobey, they blow you up. Lomkey, yeah, 30 may be too high, but it's okay to get it on sale. Yeah, Lomkey, that's what it looks like to me too. Rachie loves Steam Deck, but for many games, the experience is such a letdown. I agree, Rachie. It really comes down to what game it is. Some games are just, they look good for the Steam Deck. Like they work fine. As long as it doesn't have shit graphics, which some games people have to like down it, cut it down to where I can't even like if this looks worse than a PlayStation 1 game and it's not supposed to, I'm not playing it on the Steam Deck. BT Maverick Cabin Factory is a great one, James. Ooh, only a cat. Let's look at that. This one came out a year ago. Okay. This one reminds me of oh yes, I've seen a little bit of this. Inspect cabins. Safe or haunted? Danger. This one looks fun, actually, guys. Verified. Okay. The Cabin Factory. Yeah, this is definitely going to be I'm saving this. I don't have this in my list. I also have Heartworm, White Knuckle, Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, The Night Shift, Dead Take, Eclipsium, Suck It Up. And then I have some other stuff that's coming out next year, but that's kind of what I have. Loam Keepa, how Game Pass price is going. The game may be on the cheap side on this days. Yeah, true. God damn, 224 verified and everything. This looks really fun. This is definitely a game I'd play. Now, actually, I'm probably going to be picking this up tonight, guys, because I am playing a shitload of games. So, in fact, let's go over the games I am for sure playing this season. Like, for sure, I will be playing Dying Light the Beast, Chronos, Sucker for Love 2, and probably this, honestly, The Cabin Factory. This will probably be like my fourth game for sure. Those are games I am playing for sure. I already own most of these. Chronos and this one I'd have to pick up. Little Nightmares 3 is on my list. Silent Hill F or Silent Hill 2. Vampire the Masquerade. Those are like my maybe list if I can get to them. But I want to finish these other ones first before I get to those. And we only have 30 days, guys. I also have some horror movies I want to get into. You probably see me streaming a whole on the Brink channel. On top of I'm going to be doing a little bit of horror content on it because it sounds fun. That being said, on this channel, I will be doing a PlayStation Portal review. I will be doing an Xbox handheld review, and I have some accessories to also be doing reviews with, including NVMe drives and stuff like that. In fact, I might do a whole list of NVMe drives I've researched that I'd recommend people get if that's what they want to get to upgrade their systems. Okay, guys, let's get into the next topic. Let me just grab this. So, guys, next topic. You might regret your gaming subscription service soon. That being said, things are about to get more expensive, which is not good. Here's my problem with raising the price of this. I get it. They're raising the price of their value. But everything else is getting so expensive for everyone. I just don't know if they're going to be able to afford it. Let's talk about this. Xbox is reworking Game Pass into 3 tiers: Essential, Premium, and Ultimate, which makes sense. Honestly, I think they could get away with just doing 2 tiers. Same with PlayStation Plus. It's kind of annoying. But to better match how people play across Xbox consoles, PC, and the cloud. Existing subscribers to Core and Standard will be migrated automatically to Essential and Premium, respectively, while Ultimate remains. The idea is to give more choice, whether you want a lightweight entry-level access to or the kitchen sink version with all the bells and whistles. The Ultimate tier is getting a massive boost. It now includes over 75 day one releases per year, which is freaking crazy, guys. This is one thing that people forget, is that it includes so much. Like if you play a lot of Xbox branded games, this is a good deal for you. And honestly, we'll get into whether you should continue paying for this or not. I don't think a boycott is actually worth it. If they would have not done anything new, maybe not. But at the same time, I also recommend buying the games you really like. So let's see, Ubisoft Plus, Classics, and Fortnite Crew launching November 18th. Streaming quality is improved to 1440p and cloud, and which that can get expensive, guys. And cloud performance gets prioritized. Subscribers also receive enhanced rewards with the potential to earn up to $100 a year via points and expanded in-game perks. Meanwhile, Premium offers access to 200 plus games on console, PC, and cloud, including big names like Diablo 4 and Hogwarts Legacy. Ultimate, the unlimited cloud streaming and in-game benefits and popular titles. On the bottom end, Essential gives you curated 50 plus game library across console and PC, access to cloud gaming, online multiplayer, in-game perks, and modest rewards earnings, which is still kind of a spit in the face that you have to have this to play games online on the Xbox. To be fair, it is just full on a spit in the face, but yeah. As for pricing, Xbox sets Ultimate at $299, Premium at $14.99, and Essential at $9.99 for US pricing. Prices and content will vary depending on regions, of course. The update is a part of Xbox's strategy. So, wasn't it? It's only going up by like, is it going up by $10? How much is it going up by? Lomkey, if you see Microsoft is slowly pushing gaming on the cloud, they want to push people have a PC on the cloud. Why you pay for a fee is why cloud gaming and all, and reason to push everything is an Xbox. Oh, I agree with Lomkey. Like the branding is not bad. And to be fair, here's the problem. Here's two problems with this. I'm fine with this route of Xbox that the Xbox is going. Okay, so Rachie is $10 more, which is crazy. But if you look at the value you get, I actually think it's worth it personally. My fear is that they'll eventually get so successful that they'll just kill releasing games and you can only access it through streaming. And we have, case in point, this type of thing that happens on Netflix. And I think even HBO Max, but I'm not sure about that one. I think you might still buy it. But like some of their shows you cannot buy anywhere else. You have to pay the subscription fee in order to play those or to watch those movies. I'm afraid it's going to go this route eventually. It's my biggest fear. I don't think it's a bad thing. If they want to up the price and up the value, sure, whatever. It is pushing me to probably start buying more of the games again. I might on and off pay for Ultimate, partially because I do content and I like to know what's on the up and up and convenience and all that. But there's a good chance I will only do that every once in a while. I still like to buy my games. It just depends on there's just some games I have to play or I have to buy because I don't want to. I just want to make sure I always have access to that in the future. So now here's a count. This is coming from the Xbox website itself. 400 games, PC, console, and cloud, 75 plus day one games a year, including all Xbox published games day one, which is actually a crazy thing because if they could start actually bringing decent games out, but some games have actually been pretty good. Indiana Jones, which I still haven't beat, Doom, Dark Ages, which I still haven't beat, but one day I will. Lomkey, they had this plan for a long time. There was a leak they going to raise it. They not making as much money as costing them. Lomkey, it is costing them. That's why I'm not shocked that they're changing the price. It makes a lot of sense. I have the money. I love Game Pass. I love Xbox, but I can save money by playing my backlog. Rachie, you're not wrong. Or guys, you could quit and you could become a member of Games Revealed or the Brink channel. Actually, I don't think I have any membership stuff over there, but I should rework all that soon anyways. Okay, guys. I really hate the online console multiplayer. I think that's such a stupid. This right here is just so stupid. I really hate this. Cloud gaming, though, that makes sense. It's actually, when compared to like GeForce Now, it's a much better deal in my opinion. I actually think this is a much better deal. So if we go to Polygon's website, which, Polygon hit or miss, whatever, they mentioned in their article, the immediate backlash of frustration among Xbox community following Microsoft's a surprise 50% price jump for Game Pass Ultimate. It's not. It's yeah. So going from $19.99 to $29.99, many users expressed anger online, saying things like "just canceled my sub" and calling Microsoft delusional. The speed and scope of the negative response overwhelmed forum and subscription management systems. Some users reported this Xbox site crash or blocked subscription changes due to server overload. At least you can cancel online. Heck, the old Xbox service, when like with Xbox 360, was impossible to cancel if you wanted to cancel it. You have to do it through the phone, and it was through the scummiest freaking shit you can do with the companies where they're like, call this. Okay, are you sure you want to do this? And it's just going through a whole flow of having to call someone to cancel something is scummy to me. So a major point of contention is that many feel forced into paying more if they want to maintain the benefits they already had. The lower tiers, Essential and Premium, have had their libraries and cloud access expanded, but they no longer include day one release access to big titles, a perk now reserved for Ultimate. For some longtime subscribers, that shift feels like being pushed towards the more expensive plan, especially those who join Game Pass for the new release value. Damn it. I think I might just buy Indiana Jones then. And Doom Dark Ages, we'll see. I have not beat that yet. If I don't have access to that game, I need to beat it. Okay, yeah, I don't care, but then I don't think I realized that they moved some of the releases that I'm probably playing to the highest tier retroactively. We'll see. That's where I will be royally pissed if they retroactively took away a game that I'm playing because they wanted to change it, put it into the top tier. Then I might still pay for it for a little bit, especially when I get the Xbox handheld for doing reviews and content. But there's a good chance I will oh my gosh, that ad. He's licking his fingers. Might have me done with it. I don't like being for games I'm playing. I don't like being in a hostage situation. It's not quite the same thing. It's just it's an inconvenience to where if I can buy something, I don't get inconvenienced. And in today's world, inconveniences with my ADHD will make it so that I potentially don't finish things. And I want to finish things. Rachie, I hate Sarah that are associated with Xbox. Sarah Bond, Sarah Palmer, and Sarah Morgan. You get 1,000 V-Bucks. What is that from, Rachie? But that's yeah, despite Microsoft's attempt to justify the hike by bundling in more content, perks, and streaming improvements, the article suggests the community feels blindsided. Many are interpreting the move as a cash grab, especially given the abrupt timing and implementation. There's a sense among some gamers that this could backfire if many actually follow through and cancel. It's not going to backfire. They're not going to probably I doubt they'll back down. They might retroactively make it so that if you were on all the older games that were day one releases are still available, and then anything new coming out is different. I will have to say this is one of the downsides of paying for a yearly subscription for this type of stuff, unless they honor it. If you bought the Ultimate day for a year subscription, you probably saved a lot of money long term. Any of the other ones, though, you might have lost out on getting them. Lomke, we can't blame people too much on the backlash. They raised console, people not happy with Windows 10, end of life, killed projects, 1K, handhelds, and much more. I don't disagree with you, Lomke. Tariffs, people are forgetting, like, there is also greedflation. Tariffs are set to a really expensive cost, honestly. I think they've been eating some of the cost up to this point. The price increases that you've seen on consoles and everything like that are probably not how much they're paying in tariffs. They like for a fit, like these consoles should have gone down in price by now. They probably didn't, partially because of tariffs. Then they raised the price. We know for a fact 100% that tariffs are partially, like, a big part of why some of the stuff is going up. not for software though. Tariffs have nothing to do with the increase of the Xbox Game Pass. This is fully, they need to make a little bit more money because they want to make sure that they're releasing more games and all that stuff, but their day one releases in the Ultimate makes sense. Once again, it's $10 increase, and they do this every year. Here's my problem with subscriptions. It's a little bit of it, you're locked in. Like Netflix, they've been raising their prices every year. All these companies have been raising their prices every year, much higher than inflation. Now, if they increased it with inflation, I think I wouldn't. I would try to talk people in, like, it's not that big a deal. Like, it's increasing it for inflation, maybe, and to keep up with paying their employees with inflation and all that. Okay, cool and all. It's not. A lot of these price changes usually aren't in line with inflation. You go to Taco Bell, those prices there are not in line with inflation. Now, they stagnated in raising their prices, like a lot of fast food, for years, like for a decade. And then you had a rubber band effect where some of it, I think, was they just needed to raise prices because of inflation. And then other parts were greedflation, right? They realized that they could get away with it. Their stakeholders really liked it. It is a mix. I do think that this is a little bit of a mix of greedflation. I don't think it's the end of the world price increase for what you get. It's a really good deal. At the end of the day, though, if I'm playing a game and I'm going to take more than him, because let's say you beat your games in a month or less, this is a good deal for you no matter what. Like, if you're going to be playing these games, you don't really care to own it. You just want to play through it and have a fun time. This is a really good deal. And if they ever increase it more, sucks, but you took advantage of it and you saved a lot of money. That's a big deal. Saving that money by playing the services. That being said, I'm a casual. Well, I shouldn't say I play a lot of games, but some games I like to casually play. I don't want to put too much time into it right away. Or I have to do other stuff, and so I like to take my time. Like Persona 5, I have yet to beat it, and it's been like 2 years. I'm like 60 hours into it, but I like to take my time. That's one of the reasons I like to buy things. And I also like to go back in time and play some of the old games. I've been playing a little bit of the Batman games, right? Batman Arkham City, which the backgrounds hold up very well. The fighting is starting to get on my nerves. Lomkey, just wait. When people find out that the ROG Xbox Ally can't play the Xbox games, I've been seeing YouTubers saying it's an Xbox can play all Xbox. Okay, so Lomkey, I mean, that is kind of the YouTubers are special if that's what they're saying. It will be able to play most Xbox games because most Xbox games are PC games, and it's actually a pretty powerful handheld. That's one of the reasons I'm getting it. Is that everything about it? I wanted to get an Ally X anyways, and now I'm able, like, I've saved up, and now I'm able to buy something. Like, instead of getting an Ally X, I might as well just get this. I do want an 8-inch screen, but I'm willing to forego that because I am going to be hooking this bad boy up to my TV and to here, with eGPUs and having fun, and it will support all that stuff. My next handheld will probably be the Steam Deck after the Steam Deck 2, or if Legion, I don't know, maybe in a year or two, we'll see. Depends on performance increases, but this will probably be my handheld for a while. That being said, let's see what you guys have to say. Raichi, investors were not happy with Call of Duty coming to Game Pass. Oh my gosh. Yeah, investors can suck it. Like, Microsoft is already making tons of money. I really hate. We've done some disservices of being able to allow CEOs to get in trouble and get sued for not trying to maximize profit for the shareholders and investors and all that, because it lends to very predatory practices. Raichi, is Ghost of Yotai coming out tomorrow? I think so. I thought actually it came out already. Let's see here. Yeah, it comes out tomorrow. Damn. I will not be playing that when it first comes out. I still need to beat the first one. I know that they're different stories, but yeah. Still working through it. Jay, welcome. BT Maverick, year-over-year growth isn't sustainable. BT Maverick, you are correct. Year-over-year growth is not sustainable, and that is how our whole market, our whole capitalistic system works. This is not getting into like you got to have a mix of socialism and mixed with capitalism in order for capitalism or socialism to work, especially right now. You just got to. And we're foregoing a lot of the social aspects of like taking care of people. And so we are getting into it's not sustainable. That's why you see a lot of game companies. Blizzard is a shell of what it used to be. EA is a shell of what it used to be. A lot of these big companies, Ubisoft, are a shell of what they used to be. And these shareholders are milking it dry, and they're going to find out quickly that they are holding on to nothing. Their IP is worth nothing if they don't have decent developers to make it. A lot of developers that made it and that were happy there, they ran off because they're stupid beyond belief. Short term, they look like geniuses. Long term, they're not very smart. Hello, all. Okay, Lomkey, next year be Xbox Ally X2. If it's worth the increase, I think another reason I'm sticking with the Xbox Ally X for now is that its resellability will be higher than some of the other devices. Every time I see Legion Go 2, even Legion Go 2, that is, it makes me think of how cheap the Legion Go 1 felt controller-wise. And that does bother me. Where I liked it's a little on the cheap feeling side a little bit, the original Ally, but I liked it. So I think I'll like the Xbox Ally X. Reggie, exactly, James. Why spend $70 when you can play the prequel you didn't finish? Gaming is cheap. FOMO is expensive. Well, Reggie, I hate to tell you this. I'm a FOMO master, man. I get FOMO so bad, but I'm trying to control it. And as I get older, it's helping. But I also, I should be getting something else, but the Xbox Ally X seems to have everything I want, and it's a different way I want to go and screw around with stuff, which I like to do. I wish I could get it from them, but I doubt Microsoft's going to be sending much of these out to a lot of creators. But man, some games I'm really excited. Okay, if a game I'm really excited for, I will get it. If it's a game that I can wait for sell, I will do that. That's fine. But I do like to especially buy games and give money to and promote indies that deserve it. Also, remember I called that OEM Xbox handheld. Yeah, you did. You did, BT Maverick. Rumors are we might see that next gen Asus Xbox console next year. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Oh well. Jay, gaming is a luxury that we have. It is a luxury, but it will be interesting. Like things are going to get tighter. It's going to hurt the more expensive games out there, unfortunately, and we're already kind of seeing it. Where if people don't have a lot of money, they're going to prioritize being able to find a way to play the stuff, and then getting the cheapest games or even playing old games to save money. Just how it works. Like you can't squeeze out every aspect of everyone's life and expect everything to keep on going up in price. Martin, welcome. Steam is free to play online. PC gaming is going to get more and more popular. I agree with you, Martin. I think these handhelds really help. Like the Xbox handheld, whether or not you like it or not, is going to help with PC gaming. Lone Key, I have about 70 indie games on my Steam Deck SD card. Damn, Lone Key. I have like a 2 terabyte NVMe drive in my Steam Deck along with a 1 terabyte SD card, and I have probably like around 50 to 70 games. I can't wait to put this into the Xbox though, this 4 terabyte, and then I'll have probably like a 1 or 2 terabyte SD card in it. I don't think I have a 2 terabyte SD card, so probably a 1 terabyte, and I'm be doing good because I think I'll be able to play almost every game I'll be able to play about every game I can. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Rachie, good night, chat. Tomorrow's working day. Yeah, I'm going to be ending this here in a second. So have a good one, Rachie. Jay, that's what I love about PC. It's free to play online. Yeah, well, I mean, there's some games that are just free to play. I agree. I do not get consoles to play online, and I refuse. Like, I like the PlayStation, and I got this, but I play single player games on the PlayStation. I do not play. I really, really try not to play multiplayer games on the PlayStation. I hate it. I have some friends that like to do that type of stuff. I don't usually play with them. I missed out a little bit because I think Destiny would have been really fun one to play, but I was doing school. Richie, Xbox is pushing us towards PC, and PC you can get most Game Pass games for free. Damn, you're right. BT Maverick, I didn't hear anything good about Legion Space OS as well, which is why I'll end up going with the Xbox Ally or MSI Claw, in which the MSI Claw is tempting because it is an 8-inch screen, in which Xbox helped MSI with their OS as well, which is very important. Jay, is the next Xbox going to be a PC? No, I think the next Xbox console is not going to. If we've looked at the roadmap, I think it's going to be a Xbox, and I think the next handheld could be a potential. Like, they might have canceled it, but they might also be doing a dedicated Xbox that you can play Xbox games. I could see the next Xbox, or maybe they'll cancel it. We'll see. It's either this current Xbox or the next one will be the last one, in my opinion. And the brand is going to be a digital games and streaming and all bunch of other stuff like that brand. If they brought the Xbox Game Pass to the Steam Deck, that would be a really big win for them. I'm shocked they haven't done it yet. This is great. Soon everyone will play games like Genshin for free. It's not free. There's another bad thing about free games, is that they're not free. 5 terabyte, that's some serious gaming, Martin. Yeah, it's yeah. Well, it was $200. Yeah, don't get me wrong, $200 is a lot, but I have a lot of games, and it's a Gen 4, so it's pretty good with its read and write. And damn, I'm excited for this. I would have done it too, but like, it was $50. It was $50 more to get this 4 terabyte for double the space. That was like a no-brainer for me. Lumpy, with a cheap $60 to $80 PC with an AMD GPU can play a lot of indie games. You're not wrong, like APU. In fact, Steam Deck alone, if you want to save money, a Steam Deck alone will be able to play thousands of games. Thousands. Unfortunately, I get stuck in the FOMO side of things, and doing this and talking to people and the Off the Console podcast and everything, it gets me geared up, and I'm too lazy to contact companies to try to get. Plus, I haven't been doing enough content, I feel like, to warrant getting review copies, but that might change in the near future. At least try to get the kill switch for the Xbox. Reason why no Xbox Game Pass is Microsoft don't want to support Linux. They are very interested in Windows at the moment on Steam. Yes and no. I think it's a little bit of a power play. I feel like they would be giving up maybe too much of their ecosystem if you slapped it into the Steam OS. I don't think they're against Linux that much. They support Linux a lot in a lot of their other services, more developer oriented, but like they are heavily invested in Linux and Unix. A big problem with Xbox is they keep changing. It's tiresome. Raichi, you're not wrong. It's they change their direction isn't very good right now, and they also their naming convention sucks so bad. Martin, what a deal. I would say so. Like, it's just so NVMe drives are getting cheaper. So yeah, could have spent $400 on an 8 terabyte, but F that. This is about as much as I was willing to spend. And this right here, this NVMe drive has a 5-year warranty. I actually do like Western Digital quite a bit. It's definitely my favorite brand. It's been my favorite brand for a while, even though, you know, we get into some. I just haven't had too many issues with either Western Digital or Samsung, or like my two favorite. But a 5-year warranty. So if it dies on me, I can get it replaced. And then on top of it, and I have had an NVMe drive after 2 years die on me. That was like a super expensive for the time, like 1 or 2 terabyte. And I could swap. Let's say if I get a new Xbox or if I get a new Steam Deck and Steam Deck supports 2280, I can slap this thing into that when I get it. So I don't foresee myself needing more than 4 terabytes in the next 5 years, maybe even 7. This will probably last 7 years. So might as well, I'll have that and I'll swap it over to the next device when I get it. It's kind of like a long-term play on this. Okay, guys. I was hoping to get the should you pre-order the Xbox handheld, but I'll get to that next time. I will note though, if you pre-order the Xbox handheld now, it won't be coming until November or December. So keep an eye on those release dates. But it is not looking like you might be able to get one for Christmas if that's what you're looking for. But beyond that, they're selling out. I don't know if they made a whole lot, but they're selling out now. So I was a little wrong there. But okay, guys. I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. Keep an eye out. I will be streaming some horror games this season. I am super excited, guys. I love chatting with you guys. Keep an eye out for some updates on the Games Revealed channel for The Brink channel, where I'll be streaming some of those games. Thank you again. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Later.